Tri-State Stadium, or if they might go to a different stage. Because like, if they do start on PS2, I feel like a lot of it's going to be playing around those platforms. Ooh, all right, smart, interesting stuff. Going to Town City instead.
I'm not too surprised, actually. This could be a very good stage for both of these guys in this matchup. I mean, the thing with Town and City, and I say this a million times when I'm on commentary, don't mean to sound like a broken record, is that it is essentially just a smaller Final Destination half the time when the platforms are away, when the town, in fact, becomes the city.
Yeah.
And that could be really good for our character like Young Link, who can just, build that wall of projectiles, keep oh my god, don't die.
Devastating. Yeah, I've definitely seen Mr.L like do a lot of crazy stunts like that. Great spacing on the up B, barely getting back to ledge. That's something that's very potent about the beginning transformation, is that the platform's low enough for high enough for Pikachu to actually use them to further extend his Nair drag downs. Whereas like with on Battlefield, it kind of like hurts it a little bit because they're low.
Right. Yeah, it can be a little bit rough. It can be a little bit rough getting around that. But like I said, I think this is a really good stage for both of these guys because, Young Link can be FD half the time, do a good job creating those walls. But with Pikachu, you can not only get some platform jank like you saw before, Town and City can have it's got some pretty low blast zones when you need them to. So that can be a little good for Mr.L to be able to get those kills. But I mean, thinking about that now and reflecting on it, I can imagine that could be really good for Young Link. Up smash out of shield, like if Pikachu starts to pressure, or not up B out of shield into up air if it starts to pressure him a little too much. But
Strawhat needs to watch these landings. Yeah, he's getting called out time and time again for these landings, and like he does have Mr.L like right where he wants him to. Like another weak Nair, he needs to watch out for these. Mr.L's not giving it to him, and like he's at Nair kill percent, so like double Nair on shield is definitely something he could be looking out for, as well as like bomb fair or bomb up air, or even like bomb Nair, because at these higher percents, it's gonna be a lot harder to combo off of Boomerang and Arrow. Finally gets the Dare he's been looking for so hard for it.
Yeah, it's all about playing patient and knowing like what the other character setups are, especially if you're playing sort of a zoner set play character in the sense of Young Link, But when you play a character as small as Pikachu, even pancakes off of some of his hitboxes, getting in, especially with him, can be a little bit easier compared to some other characters. Not that with any level of impatience, it's easy to get in on a character like Young Link. Pikachu, I feel like with how small he is and how good his his data is and hitboxes are and stuff, that back throw does not take the stock.
Yeah, they're really going in for each other's throats with that side platform. Like, I feel like that's alright, and just getting the anti-air, but like those side platforms are so good for not only that like ledge play, but also like for camping. Because like you could camp on a platform but be off stage, so it 100% forces them to like put themselves all the way out there in order to catch you on platform. Whereas like on stage platforms, like you could shark with like a lot of different tools where there's like no way to really, there's nothing to land on if you're off stage.
Oh, for sure, man. And don't let the characters on the screen fool you right now. I mean, Young Link might be the projectile god, but Pikachu's neutral beam, that little volt tackle there, that's low key.
That's like one of the best zoning tools in the game.
Exactly, and you're talking about camping on the town and city platforms, man. It sends at the Mario Fireball angle, which is one of the best angles in this game for a projectile to be able to go at. It's wonderful for pimping, it's wonderful for camping.
It also, like, it knocks away at a weird angle, and, like, it sets up for kill confirms. It's really good, and in some areas, it's actually slightly better than Mario Fireball because it rides the stage.
Yeah, it's low-key even better in that department. I think it does the same amount of damage, too, but regardless, it's just, like, Pikachu can sort of contest with Young Link in that same department if he's the one who finds himself in the advantage. Like, yeah, in the neutral, it can be really rough around those projectiles if you don't know how to deal with them. But like I said, Pikachu is a character with such good frame data, pancakes, and it's just so small and quick enough that I feel like he's going to have an easier time essentially splitting the defense against a character like Young Link as opposed to many other characters would, as well as just retaining his immaculate punish game in the process when he's the one who's finally in. And then when it comes to camping, Pikachu's just as good at that. He can just launch those projectiles away. It's not Pichu. He's not going to take damage from them either. He can just do a lot of the things that Young Link can't do in that department. So I'm really anxious to see how this counter pick is going to work out for Strawhat here, what he's thinking, and how he's going to split the mold. And I don't think missing his tech was one of them, huh? I don't think that was one of them.
That's so unfortunate, because, like, he was down but far from out. Like once you start getting like your opponent to those mid percents, that's where like Young Link really shines. Like he gets so many follow-ups at this percent, and like a lot of them are going to start killing like 76. Yep, he needs to really Mr.L needs to watch out for like getting hit by boomerangs and arrows, maybe even bombs if Repock is ready. Strawhat's able to adapt to it.
Oh yeah, arrow to fair, double arrow to fair, bomb to up air, bomb to fair, you know, it's you name it. You remember that Thanksgiving video? How does it go? Like the one that's just like green beans,
tomatoes,
dogs. It's literally
bomb, arrow, boomerang.
Exactly. Bomb, arrow, swords, boomerangs. You name it.
Speaking of naming things right now, this set might just have to be named the Mr.L set because he's really running away with this.
Okay. Best of 5.
Oh, sorry, this is best of 5. Okay, so there is.
Don't count the good lad straw.
I won't count the good out that. All right.
Good lad.
Forgot this is best of 5, so there's still stuff doing here.
But yeah, you're right though.
All right, yeah, but Strawhat actually speaking of Strawhat, like not counting him out, he's really starting to figure out some things. As we're saying, like he's positioning his nairs to kind of beat out the quick attacks. Almost gets the.
Did you see the ledge trap he created from the other side of the level?
Oh yeah,
he threw
out,
those bombs and kept 2 of them by the ledge, so Mr.L couldn't get up at all. Because if he rolled, he would have gotten hit by a boomerang or an arrow, as in Young Link's other 2 amazing projectiles that he could have tossed out, while the bombs were completely covering neutral get up and I believe get up attack.
Yeah, because like even the bombs also blow each other up, so you can actually set them off earlier by having 2 bombs next to each other.
And
a lot of sometimes you'll see is like you'll see a Z drop, a bomb to cover neutral get up and get up attack, as well as like drop down double jump, and then they'll throw a bomb up at roll distance, and they'll sit in between the 2 to see what option you pick, holding shield. That's like a really potent Young Link edge guard. I also like so we're seeing him drop these bombs right now because he's trying to catch these grounded quick attacks, because like if he's able to build enough space around these platforms, the fastest way that Mr.L can get to him is grounded quick attack. Yeah, he's getting called out on them. Ooh, gets a track down in air, but no smash attack follow up. Alright, gets the Thunder Jolt grab.
Smash, but he just didn't get it to juice just enough. How long was Strawhat on the ledge there? That was not a 2-frame, was it?
That I'm 99% sure that his ledge intangibility ran out because not only did he have a lot of percent, but since he tethered right next to ledge, in this game, your ledge invulnerability is based on your percent as well as like how far you are from the ledge when you grab it. So like if you grab it right next to it and you're at a high percent, you get like no iframes from grabbing.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's called ledge degeneration. That's like 1% causes you to get less iframes on ledge.
Yeah, looking like Mr.L knew that, of course. I was able to get that out there. What an intelligent play coming out from him.
Yeah. And, like, another cool thing about that is if Strawhat did drop-down option or just tournament winner, the, drop-down option loses the hitbox anyways, but, like, the above hitbox from the lightning coming down actually will, like, knock him away and continue the edge guard for Mr.L. Alright, so yeah, I like how he's going back to the stage. It's kind of high up, so like Mr.L has to full hop in order to like get Strawhat on platform. But the fact that like hiding on platform, total airtime and percent. Okay, so it's not distance from ledge, but essentially being farther from ledge does increase the total airtime. Anyways.
Right. That was actually a really good back air out of shield to get all that damage on Strawhat that Mr.L did. He did it out of a Young Link up B, which, depending on like what character you're playing, is either impossible or pretty difficult to get that kind of out of shield punish off of without a parry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, and he just kind of did that with a back air, in case you want to know how good of a character Pikachu is.
Mm-hmm. That back air is frame 4. I remember, actually no, it's frame 5 or frame 4. I think it might be frame 5 because I looked at the frame data last week, but it kind of just slipped my mind. But yeah, it's a really good out of shield.
It starts low enough as well that even other characters who could have back airs that quickly might actually jump a little too high. Because one thing that's really annoying about dealing with Young Link with his up B is that if you don't parry that always, and there you just see him right there doing it again. Not all characters with a beautiful conversion off of the Thunder Jolt. Not all characters can do that, because even if they have like a back air or whatever move that'll come out that fast, sometimes they just jump too high. Their short hop is just too high, and it literally goes over Young Link, and he'll just low profile it. relatively easily. Pikachu, however, is a pretty small lad on his own. So it's pretty easy for him to be able to get around that. When you're small and you have that good frame data and mobility, man, it's just going to make for a pretty damn good platform fighter character.
Yeah. Alright, so I really like how Mr.L is kind of using these platforms against Strawhat, because Strawhat like probably was thinking about this because like they're so high, so he can kind of air camp off them. But Mr.L can not only like safely poke, since like all of his multi-hits are pretty safe on field, as well as like the fact that cross-ups are so good on platforms with this character that it's very hard to have a shoot option him.
Safe, easy pressure.
Alright, so Strawhat really playing this air game right now. Smart stuff, like, that's kind of how you have to play this. Like, Mr.L is getting all of his punishes off of grounded options, and like, although Young Link likes to be on the ground, because that's where that's where he sets up his traps. It's not like he's barred from using the platforms. He has good up-close options. He has good jump height, as well as like, he can just pluck a bomb and throw it below him if Mr.L tries to quick attack into him or something.
And I like the fear of God that was instilled in Strawhat right there. He had him point-blank range, so that forward smash takes the stock. Mr.L had him in point-blank range, stuck into his shield, and Strawhat still didn't go for the grab because he was scared. I mean, he was the one who was at low percent too, but I guess he would imagine that maybe max rage up smash would have taken the stock. But either way, he's able to close it out with a forward air, and we are down to the final stock of the third game in this set. Mr.L, Strawhat's winner's bracket stock, actually, if he's not careful.
Alright, gets the drag down fair. Doesn't quite get the follow-up off the down tilt. Good stuff to Strawhat DIing away in order to give himself a little bit more knockback. Ooh, great catch on the up air. And he does have a double jump.
No bomb in hand either.
Oh,
I thought he was going to go just far enough.
Doesn't quite get, that was extremely fortunate for Strawhat, because not only did he not get like enough like height on his double jump, but also he was able to take that up B trade and just convert it to so much percent. Like that was, those two bomb drops did like 20% easily.
I love what Strawhat's paying attention to as well. He had two bombs placed as sort of a trap in center stage, jumped up with a neutral air, and then the second that Mr.L detonated only one of them, not even the other one, he immediately pulled one out to try to cover his approach option afterwards. It's really just smart item management watching this guy. Pretty much just how the character was designed to be played. Not getting the final hit of the up B.
Speaking of smart play there, I really like how like he didn't overextend when he got the partial up B, because like had he gone in, Mr.L would have been out of lag from the air dodge away. Yeah, like Strawhat right now is playing really safe. That forward tilt does take it. Yeah, for all that range.
Towards the end of that game was kind of having a hard time closing out that stock.
Yeah, like a lot of his approach options were starting to get stuffed majorly hard by Strawhat, and I feel like that could be the decisive factor. Like, I'm not gonna say anything yet, but this set could go either way. He may be down 2 games still, but actually technically 1 game, but he needs to win 2 more to take the set.
Just pressure him with those fairs, but then just caught him even more. He caught the game off guard. Dude,
yeah,
we didn't even get lightning, let alone a final screen. Off of that, just pressuring the back air, no lag, as most moves in this game do not even have very much landing lag once you get down. It's sort of a universal change. And then was able to just get that F tilt clean off, and Pikachu being slightly on the lighter side.
Yeah, he has a midweight, but he's still he's like really light for a midweight.
Oh yeah. But that's still even more amazing than what Pikachu used to have. I mean, Pikachu, you know, in the sense already being a midweight is kind of huge.
Oh yeah, like being a small character and having a moderate amount of heft is pretty good. Because like Fox is like just as fast as Pikachu and just as aggressive, but like he's way lighter. Which
really, when you think about that, doesn't make much sense. But either way, I mean, Pikachu, part of the reasons he's as tippy top tier as he is, and she's got all the benefits of being a small character, which, for the most part, in a platform fighter is already a really good thing, and is sort of negated by the fact that they're supposed to be light. But the fact that Pikachu kinda isn't, makes him amazing.
And Strawhat again keeps getting called out with these landing options. That's something that like Strawhat needs to keep in mind, because he keeps trying to like do landing nairs, landing dares, and just Mr.L is like ready for it. But in the same vein, like he was also catching a lot of Mr. L's landing options. Like he'd go for his true confirm shield, punish out of shield, and that got him that got him the lead that he has right now.
Just keeping him at bay with the Thunder Jolts right here.
Smart stuff, knowing that like it's gonna be very awkward for Strawhat to really approach him from that. Ooh, gets hit with the arrow. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, it's kind of it's really hard to like get your Thunder Jolts to clank with projectiles. So like sometimes you'll get hit, and if they space each other, like if your opponent spaces themselves well, or if their projectile is just like stronger and better, you kind of like are put in a bad position.
Friendly reminders that down smash does not take the stock, actually. Wow. That's actually really interesting, because I feel like what had just happened right there is a big part of the reason that Mr.L decided to come back to this stage yet again, is that dash attack is going to take the stock. Town and City has the highest vertical ceilings, and yet it has some of the lowest horizontal ones. Pikachu can get a lot of his kills off the side blast zones. What with Gimp, Thunder, you know, the down, what am I trying to say? The down B and Thunder, you know, which would kill off the side. Dash attack would move up to the corners. While he, being a little bit on the lighter side, would live off the top a little bit longer to a lot of Young Link's options, which is not all of them. Young Link, a lot of his also kill off the side as well. I would say just as many. So I feel like both of these players, as I said in the first game, can really, really thrive off of this level. But we're gonna have to wait and see, because we saw Mr.L try to get that Thunder kill off the left side earlier in this match, and Young Link didn't die at something like 137 still with proper DI from Strawhat. So I don't know if this counter pick is really working out for him that much.
True. Yeah, like Strawhat definitely like really figured out the neutral. So like some of the things that like generally that Mr.L was abusing when they first went on the stage, it's very apparent he's not able to get away with. Like yeah, those Thunder Jolts. Strawhat's so on top of the aggressive Thunder Jolts. Like he just stuffed that out with an air, and even though like as we were saying that like yeah, Pikachu does have a little bit of heft to him, like considering what his archetype of character. He's gonna be in like kill percent like right now.
Yeah, this is something the Young Link players like to call aggressive elf style, which is not a dance that only comes out around Christmas time, but more so is actually a play style of Young Link where they just spam even more projectiles in your face than you thought they could have before. But the dash attack, yeah, not going to do it right there. Good DI up towards the corner, making sure he went to the high part of the blast zone, but the back air is finally going to do it. That was almost a max rate Pikachu, dude, at something like 130%, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why Mr.L decided to go to the stage. What percent was that, Hunk? Did you see that?
He was at 165, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like he was at 150 because that does about like 13% or something.
Good beast.
Yeah, he's living really long with those like top blast zones.
I don't think he's gonna live anything off of any blast zone if he gets hit this time, but
stuff.
He might not have the chance. Oh, the platform.
I really love how like Mr.L does that F smash in order to catch like people. The better players know, like especially those who have seen Mr.L know that like you're supposed to save your jump off the back air strings. So he does that in order to punish people saving that jump and like DIing away. Alright.
Platform just chilling. You got the space, man. I think believe the good lad Hunk mentioned this earlier about how Pikachu is able to platform camp just as well as Young Link is over here. And here you have him just throwing these Thunder Jolts at the perfect angle, which also bounce on the stage up and down pretty easily, creating a sort of a no ground zone for a character like Young Link to be able to get around. And he is the one who is at lower percent. Mr.L knows that. He's the one who's forcing a character like Young Link to approach. But just as I say that, he's already starting to close the gap a little bit. That was 67%. Very, very, oh my, oh god.
He's doing such a, like, Strawhat's doing such a good job at playing the air-to-air game with Mr.L. Like, even with Mr.L changing like how he's kind of positioning himself, like if anytime Strawhat seems a similar like scenario, he's able to react to it. But speaking of similar scenarios, now able to react to that forward smash, and that's going to take it. He was doing a really good job though.
Say what you want about Young Link players, man, but they do have to have a certain level of patience to go so long without killing, to be able to fish for what they need to in the neutral as much as they have. Let's take a look at this again at the instant replay. Both fishing for it, getting that immensely strong dash attack, and then just if it doesn't work once, try again, my friends. That's Mr.L going to grand finals, winning over Strawhat, newly ranked number 7 in New Jersey. I believe the highest he has ever been on the latest edition of the January to March New Jersey Power Rankings.